Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and good afternoon. Welcome to my class of today. So, inshallah, for today we are going to continue with the database design. Last week we have taken the database design, the first stage of the database design. We have taken some introduction, some description explanations about the entity relationship diagrams and the design phases and everything. So if you remember, we went through this first steps, and we started to learn the conceptual data model. So here, if you can remember, here we have something called modeling styles. So in the modeling styles, we have two types. We have the chin model and the cruise foot model. Another thing here, we have taken some samples of entity relationship diagrams. We learned what's the notations that's standardly used for the entity relationship diagrams. And also we learned about how to create the composite attributes and the calculated attributes or the derived attributes, also the multi-valued attributes. After that, we learned about the simple key attribute and the composite key attribute. Also, we learned about the relations types and instances. Also, we learned about the associative entity. We took some examples of the entity and relation instances. Also, we learned something called the degree of relationship, which is the unary, binary, and ternary. Unary means between the table and itself, binary between two tables, ternary it's among more than two tables. Okay. Sorry, I have flu today. Yeah. Here is the shapes or the diagrams to show how the unary, binary, and ternary relationships looks like. And here we took some examples for the unary, for the binary, for the ternary, if you remember. And also we learned something called cardinality. So the cardinality is the shapes that's used to connect between the entities. So this side is considered mandatory one. This side is considered mandatory many. This one is optional one. This one is optional many. Okay. So until here, we learn also about the multiple relationships. Also, we learn about something called strong entity, the weak entity, and also the identifying relationship. Then after that, we took an example for to understand the strong and the weak entity. And also we learned the associative entity. We took some examples here. Then after that, we started with the exercises. We had analyzed these three examples, and I drew for you some drawings to explain this. And also the entity relationship exercise number 2. We have gone through this quickly because this one, I told you, this one is so complicated. I'm not going to waste time at this level, but later we are going to understand more complicated entity relationship diagrams than this. So the last entity relationship exercise I give you as an assignment, but unfortunately, many of you doesn't submit.
There is no submit list, doctor.
Yeah, I told you send through the group.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Yeah. You're supposed to send here on the WhatsApp group, but most of you has sent to me privately. I don't know why. I wanted you to share into the group because I wanted you to check the others also. I want you to exchange the information. That's why, because this one is your first assignment.
So, can I submit now?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Just mention your name. When you submit, when you put the file in the group, just put your name.
Okay,
also. Okay. Okay. For now, I'm not going to go through your files and your designs, but I want to start with you to design this. Okay. I want to start with you to design this scenario first using an online tool. Then after that, we compare our work here that we do together to your assignments, to your submission. Okay? To do this?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to show you something called entity relationship diagram. Relationship. ERD plus. Actually, this tool is not free, but it gives you the option to use 1 or 2 drawings freely. Okay, and your drawings will be public to the others. If you want to make more than 2 or 3, you have to subscribe. You have to pay the fees, monthly fees, and after that, if you subscribe it, then you can create your private entity relationship diagrams. I'm not telling you to do subscription for this. Just save your money. You can use this for free. After you finish your diagram, you can download it or you can print it. It's up to you. It's not worthy to create an account and pay for it. Okay, just create a free account, then log in here. Okay, you can see last year we also used this tool for many scenarios. I want to write it here. Okay. Here last year we had many groups. We had the blood bank project or the blood bank system and the blood management system. It's the same. Actually, they changed the name. At the beginning they was using blood management system. After that, I advised them to change it to blood bank. So this one is repeated. Then we have something called college registration system, and we had something called food ordering system, and we had library system, music library, and also online purchasing scarf database. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. Also for your group this year, also we are going to divide ourselves into number of groups. So your number is 24, then we will divide ourselves into 5 groups. 4 groups of 5 people, of 5 students, and 1 group will be only 4 students. So I want you to find your group just form your groups and let me know. Later, we need to know this about this information in our WhatsApp group. I will arrange for that later. Okay. For now, we are going to continue with this exercise, and to do so, we have to create a new diagram. I forget even how to create. Yeah, just just click on documents, then I think so. Oh, we have to click here, new diagram, and we have to put the name for this diagram. This diagram is automobile insurance company. Automobile insurance company. Okay. When you name your diagrams, try to use descriptive names. Otherwise, you would lose the information. So ours is, we have three types actually of diagrams. We have entity relationship diagram, and we have relational schema, and also we have star schema. So ours now is going to be entity relationship diagram. Okay, after we make it, we will open it by clicking on the file. Then after that, we need to create entity. Okay. So the entity here, based on the scenario, the first entity. Okay, let us now see. I will give you 2 minutes, 2 minutes only. I will close my mic. I will give you 2 minutes to find what kind of entities do we have here, and we open our mics and we discuss together. Okay? Okay. Let us start. Can you tell me what kind of entities do we have? What kind of entities do we have?
Associate entity.
Sorry?
Associate entity.
I couldn't hear you.
Associate entity. I think.
Associate entity.
Yes.
No. Before that, we need to know what kind of entities. What is the names of entities we have? The first one is car, right?
Car.
To make it easy for you.
Oh.
The second one is what?
Customer.
Customer. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Customer or policy holder? Policy holder. Right? Because now we have two types of people. The first type is policy holder. The second type is customer. Sorry. Okay, let us now at the beginning we make it policy holder. Okay. Then after that we have
Masak juga kan? Masak juga kan?
okay, maybe we need to make another entity here and we make it customer. And after that, what do we have? We still have one more thing, one more entity, right? Accident, yeah. Okay. So as you see here, all names are singular, right? We never use plural for the entity relationship for the entity relationship diagrams. Okay. Let us continue here. Car involved in an accident, blah blah blah, involved in an accident information that's stored into. Okay, then we have the what they call it, the attributes. So at the beginning, let us take the car and let us insert an attribute. Add attribute here. Okay, so this car will have what they call it, plate number, right? Plate number.
Yes.
And it will have this one. Is it unique or multi-valued or optional, composite, derived? What is it? You can see here the options. It's unique, right? We never see two cars with the same plate number, so it's unique. So it's supposed to be the what they call it, the primary of the car. Okay. Then after that we insert another attribute. So this other attribute is called
Model.
yeah, model. Then other attribute is called year. So is the year unique also?
No.
Right?
No.
Unique. Not multi-valued, not optional, because the year is necessary, and it's not composite, it's not derived. Okay. So here we have three attributes based on the requirements of the company, because this scenario comes to us from the company. Then later, if needed, anything needed, now at the beginning we just continue, we just write whatever we have here. Don't think very widely, okay? Just try to think simply about it. Then after you finish the first stage, you review with yourself, with your team members, and after you feel like it's almost okay, then you go and discuss with the customer. Show them the diagram and explain it to them and see if they accept it or not. If they accept it, that's fine. If they don't accept it, you can go back and modify. And sometimes they accept, but they don't know. They don't understand well. So during the discussion, you may understand something new that requires to insert some extra attributes or to change the relationship type or whatever. So based on the discussion, you have to go back to your place, then discuss with your team and modify based on the scenario. Okay, so for now, we have only three attributes for the car. One of them is the plate number, which is the unique, which is the primary key. And after that, we have something called customer information, which is the license. So we see how to add the attributes here. Sorry for this. Here, the attribute is like that. So we have something called what? License number. License number. Okay. So license number is actually unique, right? So it's supposed to be the primary key for the customer. And then we have another thing called name. Then this name is not unique, not necessarily to be unique. Then we have another attribute called address. Address is also not unique. But here, the address could be, after that, could include some details like house number, street, for example, state, postal code, and so on. Then if this is the case, then we have to make it and what they call it composite attribute, and we derive other attributes from it. Okay, so later we come back to this and see how it could be designed, or how we can break it into small pieces. What else do we have? We have something called accident, right? So now for the policy holder, actually we keep it here, only to remind ourselves that there is something called policy holder and something called customer. Okay. So here later, what do we have? We have something called accident. Accident has 3 types of information. Each car that is involved in an accident, the damage amount will be estimated. Okay, let us take the accident. We add attributes. So the first attribute will be the report number. Report number, because the report number is unique, it's supposed to be the primary key. And after that, we have what they call it, the location. Location. Then this location is where the accident has happened. After that, we have something called date. Date, and also I will add the time, because time is also important. Time is also important. Okay. What else do we have here? We have something called damage amount, right? So here we have damage amount. So for every accident, we have a damage amount, right? Is it correct or not?
Wrong. If it involves in accident, then in accident it will only have this amount.
Yeah, but what if we have 2 cars involved into the accident? Then the damage amount will be counted for each car, right?
Yes.
Yes. What if the accident involved 5 cars? Then we will have 5 amounts, right?
Yes.
Correct or not?
Correct.
Yeah, and sometimes the accident can happen to 1 car only. So maybe that car has a tree fall down on it, or maybe it's fall down into a hole or into a water canal or something like that, right? So in that case, it will be only one amount for 1 car. So what does it mean? This means that the damage amount is multi-value. Okay, so it could include multiple values. Depends on the scenario. Later, this is going to be broken down into other scenarios. Maybe it will be conflicted into or changed to be formed as a table with the relation together with the accident and the car, and we see how later how it could be. One more thing I want to tell you. Actually, there is no unique standard that could be followed to design the entity relationship. So maybe the same system you give to me, I design in a certain way, then you give to another expert that will design in different way. And these two designs maybe are very good, or maybe one of them is better in one aspect and the other is better in different aspect. Okay? Or maybe both of them will be the same. Depends. Okay? Because some scenarios are very clear, so even multiple designers will do the same design. But the complicated designs or the complicated scenarios could result into multiple different designs. Depends on the designer. Okay? So anyway, now we are going to work together and see how. Don't worry, if your design is not similar to this, don't worry about it. Okay? Yeah, for now, this is the only scenario that we have. We almost take all information we have into the slide. Let us now work on these entities. Okay. So here we have car, right? We have car. This car has plate number as a primary key. Then this car is owned by somebody, right? This car is supposed to be owned by somebody. Am I right or not? Yes. So that's why we have to draw a relation. We have to draw a relation here. So we put the relation here. We connect this relation. And we click connection again. And we collect the other entity. So here for the relation, you can see here, we have this relation. Is this relation is identifying? It depends on how you think about it. If you think about that this car cannot be identified with itself, it has to, we have to know the owner to identify the car, then at this time, you can make it identifying relation. But in reality, every car could be identified based on its plate number, right? So it's a standalone entity, okay? So here it's not an identifying based on my idea, based on my way of thinking. Maybe somebody else who thinks about it in different way, they will say that this one is an identifying entity. Okay, but for now, I'm not going to make it an identifying entity. And the name of the relationship is owned by, like this. Okay, so let us understand now, or let us discuss how the car could be owned. Every car should be owned by one owner, right? Every car should be owned by one owner. So the relation of the customer should be many. You see, this is actually confusing here. Using the entity relationship plus, it's a little bit confusing because it looks like it works in different way. Okay, because when we put many on the side of customer, it shows many at the car side, right? So we have to understand it. We have to work with it in the opposite way. because the one side is the customer. The one side of the relation is the customer, and the many side of the relation is the car. That's why we have to go to the customer, we make it many, and we have to go to the car, we make it one. Okay, we can see here the relation is one to many, so that means every customer could own multiple cars, but every car should be owned by one customer. Okay, one more thing. The owner of the car, is it mandatory or optional? Could we have a car without owner?
Cannot.
No, right? So that's why it's mandatory. So we see here double dashes. That means every car should be mandatorily, necessarily owned by one customer. Okay, but is it necessary to have a customer? Is it necessary for every customer to have a car?
No.
No.
Yes, it's correct. It's no for the life. For the life, it's no. There are some people doesn't have cars, right? But once this person is saved into our system at the first time, that means he come to make a claim for the what they call it, for the a claim for the what they call it, the insurance. Yeah, right. So that means this customer had a car, right? Otherwise, he will never come to us. So also here, the other side is mandatory. Okay. Mandatory here doesn't mean mandatory to have many, but mandatory to have at least one car. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why this one, if this one is mandatory many, that means I will try to put label here to explain to you about it. So that means this one is called zero or many. Okay. No. This one is one or many. This case, because this one is mandatory. But if this one is not mandatory, if this one is optional, it will show the O, right? So this one is supposed to be zero or many. So it's optional. The customer could have no cars and also could have one car or many cars. Okay, this is more advanced information we could use or we could draw on our diagram. Okay, now I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to delete, and we are going to fix this to be mandatory as well. Okay, is this clear up to now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then the car could be owned by a customer, right? But maybe the policy holder is different than the customer, different than the owner. Is it possible or not? Possible, right? Because sometimes the owner is X and the policy holder, who is the driver, is Y person. Okay, so in this case, the owner is one person and the policy holder is different person. And also sometimes, or that one is drivers, right? When we apply for insurance, for car insurance, they ask us about the drivers, right?
Yes.
Yes. So here, to make a diagram that's mimicking the real scenarios, so we need to have something called policy, insurance policy, which is also an entity, right? Then we will have a policy holder, and we may have one driver or multiple drivers, and also we could have the policy ID, and also the date of the policy, the expiry date as well, the amount that they pay for the insurance and everything, right? And also the insurance type, which is could be third party or first party. Is it correct or not?
Yes. Correct.
Yes, it's correct. But here, this is correct in the real life, right? But here, based on the requirements here, they don't talk about it, right? They don't talk about it. So maybe it's not necessary, because maybe the system is a small system for the police, or I don't know. It doesn't care about the policy or the insurance policy information. Doesn't care about the who is the drivers and so on. So if we want to follow this scenario, we don't have to make an insurance policy. But if we want to make it similar to the real scenario, then we have to create the policy. Then we have to mention who is the policy holder and who is the driver. Let us keep this aside for now, and later we will discuss about it. Okay. Now, here we have the accident, right? So when we have an accident, the accident could be between one car and itself, and could be between two cars or three cars, 4 cars, or even more, right? So the accident should be connected to the car table by two relations, right? So here, how we can make this? How we can make this relation? This relation actually is what? Every car could make multiple accidents with other cars, and this car could be hit by other cars also multiple times, right?
Yes.
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 So the nature of this relation is what? Many to many. Okay. Let us simplify this and put a relationship here, and we connect this relationship to the car, we connect this relationship to the accident, and then we come here, we make it many here and many here. Is it necessary to be many at those sides? Is it necessary for any car to have an accident?
No.
No. So this is an optional of both cars, of both sides. So any car, it's not necessary to have an accident with other cars. And also, any car, not necessary to be hit by other cars, right? So
Yes.
the two sides are optional. Okay. Okay. I think it's more than clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the accident here, we have the report number and location of the accident, and also the date, then the time of the accident, and after that the damage amount of the car, right? But this one could be multiple values, depends on how many car was involved into the accident, or maybe it could be the total amount of the damage of all cars. It depends on the how they want it, and what this system is designed for. So if let's say they want only to record the amount of damage only for a statistics purpose or something like that, then it could be only a single value. Then we should remove the double line. Otherwise, if they want to keep a track for the damage amount of every car, then in that case we have to create another table called damage. Then we should link every car with its own damage under one accident. Okay. Okay. Let us now go here and see how we can break down the address. So this address is composite. Okay, you see when we take the composite, it shows two brackets. Okay. Then this one, once we hit the composite here, we see that there is a small button shows up into the right side here, at the bottom of the right side. So if we untick, it will be removed. If we tick, it will show up again. So here, if we want to add a component attribute for this attribute, or this composite attribute, then we click here, and we can see that we could insert another attribute. So maybe house number, or maybe another one called, for example, city. Another one called state, and another one called postal code. Okay, so this is the meaning of composite attribute. Okay, could you tell me what type or what style is this? The one was just now. What is the file name? We have two styles, right? We have learned about two styles, the chin model and the cruise foot model. The one that we use just now is a cruise foot model. Cruise foot model. Okay. Here also we have other things that could be broken down. Maybe this one is also could be a composite. It could have first name, and also last name, right? So this one is also could be a composite attribute. Okay. Do you agree with this design now? Do you have any concern, any idea, anything that we couldn't take? We did not consider the policy, right? Policy holder. Okay. So this car actually is owned by a customer. Am I right? And also this car should have another relation with the customer, because the policyholder is also considered a customer, right? So in this case, this car is connected to to the customer using another relationship, which is called policy holder. Okay. The policy holder of the car is one person or multiple people? For every car, how many policy holder we have for one car?
One.
One, right? So the car side, it will be one, because this works in the opposite way, right? So the one side is the customer, but here we have to click the one side at the car. Okay. For any car, is it necessary to have a policy holder? Yes, mandatory, right? So it's mandatory. Okay, for any person, how many cars he could hold their policies? One or more. Every person could be a policy holder for multiple cars, right? Or maybe one
Yes.
car. So this is mandatory, right? Because it's optional in the real life, but in our system, once the person is in our database, he must be a policy holder, right or not?
Yes. Correct.
No, not yes. It's no, because he could be in our database as a owner, not as a policy holder. So here,
Oh.
the other side is optional and many. Okay, you see how it's different.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, is this design clear? So now this one we need to delete. This one we need to delete from the diagram. Anyone has drawn a diagram similar to this?
No, a little bit different.
No.
It's a little bit different.
No.
A little bit different.
Almost.
Okay, let us now go through your diagrams. As I mentioned, the diagram depends on how you understand the system. It doesn't mean that mine is correct and yours is wrong. But when we go through, we understand how the design looks like. And after that, we could discuss it and see what's wrong with that design. Anyone has sent this diagram? Oh, all of you have resent your diagrams again, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, I already said. Now I confused which one has sent to me or which one doesn't send. Anyway, I now will discuss this. And if you send me a diagram and I didn't discuss, just let me know and show me which one is yours to discuss it. Okay, for this we have car. The car has a plate number, has model year, and the plate number is the primary key. Okay, and also the car involved in an accident. Okay, and this accident has report number, which is unique, and date, location also. Then the car has a customer, or the customer has a car. Okay, the customer has a license number and also name with the address. Why you use the double line? Why do you use double line here for the customer and for the car?
Strong entity.
Strong entity.
Yes, to do what she can
Okay,
do.
if we did not mention this here, right? Because really in the practical life, we don't care about it. Is it strong or not? At this stage, at the beginning, this is our concern at the last stage of the design. Because before we start implementing the system, and before anyone could use the system, we should know which one is the strong entities and which one is the dependent entities. Why? Because we need, at the first stage of entering the data into our system, we have to enter the data for the strong entities first. Then after that stage, we will be able to key in the data for the dependent entities. Okay, so the sequence of data entry depends on this strong and weak entities. And also strong and weak, we have levels for that. For the strong entities, we put them in the level 0. So level 0 means this data are very essential, very necessary for the system to start. And then after that, we come to the level 1 of the dependent entities who are depending on the strong entities. Then after that, we may have dependent entities who depends on entities from level 1. So that will be at the level 2. And also we could have level 3, level 4, and so on. Depends on the complexity of the system. Okay? For now, this one, customer. Could we create a customer without having a car, or we should create the customer while we have the information of the car first? Which one we should enter to the system first? Car or customer? It depends on the scenario, right? Now we cannot say customer or car, because we will suppose that the customer is first, or maybe we suppose that the car is first. So it depends on our suppose on our what they call it. I lost my words. Depends on what we suppose. We can decide which one is strong and which one is depends on the other, right? So we will assume that the customer data will be available in the system before the car. So in this case, the customer data will be strong. So here we don't have strong. We have weak, right? The regular, the weak will have double line. In our case here, because we have to understand our tools, right? So here in our tools, the weak entity also is double line. Okay, we make sure that everything is compatible with what we have learned here in this slide. Okay, so fortunately it's compatible, right? But in some cases you will find some tools they could show double line for the strong. So in that case, you have to understand this difference. You have to adapt yourself to the new custom of the tool. Okay, so that's why I'm selecting this tool, because this tool is very compatible to our slides. Okay, so customer here is regular, right? And the car depends on the customer. So we cannot key in a car information unless we have the owner information into the system first, right? Otherwise, when we come to the customer field, the owner field of the car, then we have to key in the information of the customer first before we could save the car information, right? So that means the customer is strong and the car is weak. Based on this assumption, if the customer is strong and the car is weak, then the customer and car relation, this one owned by, it could be considered as identifying also. It could be. Because if you go back here to the slide, we have taken something called identifying, right? Identifying, where is it? This one. Yeah. Strong. Then identifying relationship links strong entities to weak entities, represents with double line diamond. Okay, so based on this information here, any relation between strong and weak type is supposed to be an identifying, but not necessarily, not always, right? Because it depends on how you understand the scenario. So if you say that the car is fully identified by its owner, in this case, this relation is going to be an identifying relation. But what's about this relation? Is it an identifying? It's not necessary, right? Not necessarily to be an identifying. And also, if you think it from wider angle, it could be also an identifying, because it will reflect also an important data that could identify this car, right? So both of them could be identifying, and also we can keep only this. We can remove the two, because also the car has a plate number which is unique, and also the car could be identified by its own information only, by its model, by its year of made, and also by the plate number. So in this case, this one is going to be non-identified. So it depends on the philosophy in your mind, how you understand the scenario. Okay. So now if we keep it this way, let us go here and see, is it correct to have two, both of them, customer and car, as weak entities? Definitely no. So customer is strong, because customer here we said that the customer could be saved into the data set, the database, as a copy, as a policy holder, and also could be saved here as a owner. Okay, so this one is the strong entity, and the car couldn't be saved into the database without an owner, and also couldn't be saved into the database without a policy holder. So this one is the weak type. And this one is the identifying relation. The car cannot be identified by the accident. Cannot be identified by the accident information. Okay, because the accident is an event that could happen to the car or couldn't happen to the car. It's not necessarily to happen, right? So it will never be an identifying relation. One more reason to keep this one as identifying and this one is not an identifying, because this relation here is mandatory one, because the car has to have one owner, mandatory. Okay, so that's why the car is identified by the customer, by the owner, but the car cannot be identified by the accident, because some cars may not have an accident, right, at all. So in this case, if we make this one is as identifying relation, then we will lose the identification of the car, right? So that's why this one is not an identifying relation. Okay, who is the owner of this design? For who is this design? Do you hear me? Nobody is answering.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Who is the student who drew this?
Me.
Okay. So now you do you understand what is wrong with your design?
Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing. Here you make only car could have multiple accidents, right? Could have, optionally, right?
Yeah.
And every accident could be done by one car or no cars, right?
Yeah.
So is there any accident could happen without cars?
No.
No, right? Yeah. But here you optionally put one car because this one actually is totally wrong, because this one is optional mini to optional mini, because every accident could be could involve multiple cars, and every car could be involved in multiple accidents. So the relation here is mini to mini, and both sides are optional. The car here is optional mini, and the customer is mandatory one. So here the customer could have one car, and maybe we have a customer without car, right? Without being an owner of a car. So this one is yes, this one is need to be modified. Why? Because here in the same table we entered two entities actually together in one table. So the customer here represents two types of people. So it represents the owner and represents the policy holder. So maybe a person here, one person here in the customer table is saved as a policy holder. So in that case, he is not going to own any car, right? So it's optional to own a car here as well. No, mandatory, this one. So this one is supposed to be also optional, because here policy holder is not necessary to own a car, and also the owners of car is not necessary to be a policy holder. That's why these two sides are optional. Okay. But if we have the owners in one entity here only without the policy holder, then this relation will be mandatory. Okay.
Okay.
Any question regarding this design? Your name, please. What's your name?
My name,
Yeah,
Amira.
Amira. Okay,
Yeah.
do you have any question, Amira, about this?
No.
No. I just want to write your name here, Amira. I don't know. Okay, no problem. We see how to, yeah, your name is written on the file here. Okay. Let us take the images first. After we finish, we continue with other types of files. Okay. Oh, this is the same scenario, right, Amira? Ah. Okay, here. Who is Fatia? Where is Fatia?
Me, doctor.
Yes, okay. Fatia, you see here your design. Your design looks the same, because here we have a customer, car at the middle, then accident, right? Also customer, car, and accident. You also have the same concept similar to Amira, but also you forget here to put the license number. You have to put underline here to mention that this license number is unique, and it's going to be used as a primary key. And the plate number also here has to be used as a primary key. Also, the report number has to have underline to be used as a primary key. Then here, this one is an identifying. The relation is one to many. So maybe one customer has one car or more, or it's optional. And you forget to put the relation of the policy holder. Also here, this kind of relation is not available. Actually, is not there. Is not exists at all. We
Yeah, I
never
forgot to put the
yeah.
line.
Yeah, we never have one side is with option, with optional only. So we have to have with the optional, we have to have one or many. Okay, and also this relation is many to many. Actually, in reality, is not one to many. Okay, so you understand now what's wrong with your design.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Pattern. Pattern here has different point of view to this design. It's okay. Don't worry if you create your strange design. It doesn't mean that you don't understand, or maybe your way of thinking is wrong. Maybe your way of thinking is special. Okay, so here you have a person. We don't have a person actually based on the description in the slide. We have customer. So the customer has license number, name, and address. That's correct. License number is primary key. Owns one car. Where is the cardinality of the relations? You messed up the cardinality here. You have to mention every side. Is it one, many? Is it optional, mandatory, and so on? Then here the person involved in a car, right? So maybe the car hits a person in this case. It could happen. But is this our case? Is it our scenario? Definitely no, because they in this scenario in the slide, they don't mention that the accident could involve person and car. So when the car is involved, that means that the driver is involved. So we have to know who is the driver if it's necessary. But based on the description in the slide, they did not require this. That's why we need to know the information of the car. We need to know the policyholder because this one is only for the insurance company. Okay. Then here we so this line here is not correct. We have to remove it. Then after that we have line between the car and accident. So car could be involved in an accident, and damage amount belongs to the relation. So if the relation has an attribute, in this case, this relation is going to be an associative relation, right? Because this relation is going to be a table and relation at the same time. But here you put an attribute and you did not put the box on the relation. This attribute actually belongs to the accident. It's not belongs to the involvement, because the information of the accident, the report number, the location, the date belongs to the accident. Okay, so this is wrong. We have to link the damage amount to the accident. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. If you have any objection, you just let me know.
Okay,
If you think your opinion is correct, any one of you, if you think your opinion is correct, just defend it. We can discuss. I am my purpose of sharing this and discussing with you is only to allow you to discuss, to defend your opinion, to show the others how you think about it. Because we need to learn how to discuss with the customer later. Otherwise, we will never be a good, successful designer of database. Okay? Khairul. Khairul has done the same issue. So the link between customer and involved here is wrong. The damage amount is not connected to the involved relation here. It's supposed to be connected to the accident. And the relation here between the car and accident is many to many. Here is one to many. And you also messed up the policyholder relation. So the same mistake, I think. Also, you forget to put the underline for the primary keys here. Okay, Khairul, are you here with us? Khairul. Okay, looks like he's not here. I don't know how many students attended. I have to check. Oh, we have two students absent. Okay. Khairul is already here, but maybe sleeping. Khairul, are you sleeping? Okay, we go to the other student. Muhammad Ayman. Muhammad Ayman, your design is here. License number has to have underlined. Plate number has to have also underlined. Relation between customer and car is one to many, mandatory. This one is optional. And we have another relation for the policyholder. Then involved here, the damage amount belongs to the accident. Here, not belongs to the relation. The relation between car and accident is many to many, and so on. Okay, do you understand your mistakes?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, you have done a very good job. All of you have done a very good job, because this is your first practice, right? So don't worry if you made a mistake, don't worry about it. The second scenario or the second assignment will be better, inshallah. You will learn more things better than this. And also for the assignment that's going to be replacing the test 1, test 2, and final exam, one of the assignments will be about how to create the entity relationship. This is one part. The other part is how to transform this entity relationship into a table, into database tables, and so on. Okay, so we have to learn this carefully in order to be able to get good marks later. Muhammad Shafiq. Muhammad Shafiq have done the same thing. The amount belongs to the involved. It's supposed to be linked to the accident. You missed to put underline for the primary keys. Your relations also are not clear. You forget to put the cardinality here. So all of this, if you make this in your assignment or in your test, then you are going to lose some marks. Okay, so be careful in your assignments, in your test. Be careful to put everything is in the correct manner. Okay, Shafiq?
Yes, yes.
You understand what's wrong with your design. You forget also the policyholder. Yeah, all of your entities are strong also. You forget to mention which one is strong, which one is weak. Okay, also one more thing before I continue. What do you think about the accident compared to the car? Which one is strong, which one is weak?
Car is strong.
Yeah, when we talk about the car and accident separately, the car is strong and the accident is weak, right?
Yes,
so here
yes.
the accident is also weak. So this customer is level 0, table from level 0. So it's essential table to have data in it before we continue with the car and before we continue with the accident. And also after the customer, we go to level 1 of the dependent tables. Then this one is level 1 dependent table, the car. And the accident is level 2. So we never be able to enter information about accident unless the car information are available in our system, right? So you see how it could be changed, how the design could be changed, and how the design could be improved. Because every time we think about it in a logical way, then we see that some things had to be changed. Okay. Okay, this one belongs to who, guys?
Me.
Okay, what's your name?
Liana.
Liana.
Mm-mm.
Liana, where is your diagram is, which one?
The second last one. And this one.
This one. Liana is what?
Iye&E.
Liana. Okay. Okay, Liana. Your design is okay, similar to the others, but you inserted this new part, payment. Anyone talked about the payment in the description? Definitely no, right?
No.
They only need to know the damage amount. This is the information that we have. Okay, so here the damage amount at this level, it's supposed to be belongs to the accident directly. And this estimate is not here. Is not here because we don't have the estimation event that requires a person who is involved in the estimation or responsible about the estimation and the date of the estimation and other information. We don't have all of this process, right? So that's why we don't need to have this part. Accident is not necessarily to happen to a car, but for every accident we must have at least one car, right? Mandatory. So your relation here is very good, correct? Your entities are all strong. Only this one you make it weak, while this one car and accident supposed to be weak. You forget to put underline for the primary keys. Also the relation here, the customer is necessarily to have at least one car, because you forget everything about the policy holder. So if we don't have the policy holder, this relation is correct. But if we have a scenario to save also the information of the policyholder into the table of the customers, in this case, the relation is supposed to be similar to what we have drawn here in this diagram. Okay?
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, good. What software do you use for this?
Lucid chart.
That one is good, but I think is a little bit complicated compared to the ERD Plus, right? Yeah, last time I was using this also, and this one is commercial. Need to subscribe, right?
Yes.
Yes. I think based on my search, the Entity Relationship Plus is the most proper for this course. But it's up to you. If you want to use this one, it's up to you. You can use it. No problem. Anyone can use it.
Okay.
Yeah. This one, Muhammad Ayman, already explained. This one is Muhammad Shafiq, already explained. And we have this one. This one is Muhammad, I don't know, Muhammad Muzammil, right? Who is Muhammad? Where is Muhammad? Are you here? Okay, let us see this one. Also the same issue. No underline for the primary key. Also, no weak entities have been mentioned. The relation is one mandatory to many optional, correct? But for this case, is not correct because the person should be an owner for at least one car. So, because he missed to mention about the policy holder, right? If this table had includes only the owner's information of cars, so every person should be an owner. So the relation here must be mandatory many. But if you want to consider the policy holder, then in that case it would be correct. Also, damage amount is wrong. It's supposed to be connected to the accident. Here, the relation between the accident and car is not complete. No cardinality here. Okay. Then we go to the PDF files here. Dini or Dini. How can I pronounce this name, please?
Dini.
Dini. Okay, Dini. Dini, your design looks very complicated. Okay. One very common mistake you have done here is what they call it relationship loop. Okay, I didn't mention this because this one is an advanced topic. I didn't give you this topic. So if even if you make it, don't worry about it because you never learned about it. So here, as you can see, we have a complete circuit here through all entities that we have. So every entity, especially if we use an object-oriented programming approach to build our system, then every entity will load the other entity of the relation. So we will enter into an infinity loop that will fill up our memory, and the memory will be overwhelmed, then the system will crash. Okay, so this is very important thing. So the first thing here we have customer. Customer could own a car. So customer side relation is not completed here. It's supposed to be mandatory one, and the other side is optional mini. Here, insurance company has insurance company. No, insurance company is not an entity because the insurance company is the owner of the system. Is the owner of the system, is not an entity involved into our system. So this entity is wrong at all. So here customer card, then accident is an entity. Then two entities are connected together through one line, right? So this is totally wrong. Why? Because we cannot have and we cannot have two entities connected using one line like that. The relation supposed to be at the middle here. Relation supposed to be at the middle here. Okay, so here we're supposed to have a relation, right? Relation. Also, this relation is not correct because the relation cannot have only one side of it. The relation is supposed to be at the middle between two entities. Okay, is that clear, Dini?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. So please, everyone who has mistakes, please go back to your diagram and try to correct it. Don't say to yourself that it's already finished and no point if I correct or not. No, you better correct it because this one is for you. This one is only for you to learn as a practice. Otherwise, if you don't correct it, you will lose the opportunity to do practice. Okay?
Okay, doctor.
Yeah. Okay, then after that we have this diagram. This diagram belongs to who?
Me, doctor.
What's your name, please?
Ilza Shafira.
Shafira.
Yes.
Shafira. Okay. I will change the name. Okay, Shafira. Shafira here, the thing actually is not correct at all. Okay, but don't worry, don't be upset, because here you created only one relation between the three entities. So the car cannot have an owner unless it has an accident, right? In this case, because this event will involve the three things. So if the event happen, we cannot have a car with an owner without accident, right? So this relation is not correct at all. Okay? Do you agree with me or not?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So please go and modify. Then we have Fawzan Rashid. Fawzan Rashid has drawn this thing differently. Customer information and customer. No, cannot be like that. This is totally wrong. So if you make it like that, that means we have a table for the customer and also another table for the customer information, which is totally wrong. So the customer information will be saved inside the customer table, as we have here as a license number, as a name, address, and so on. So this part is totally wrong. And customer has a car. The relation is not complete here. So we have to mention the cardinality of each side of the relation. Then the car could has an accident, and the relation of the accident is 0. This one is the optional one. Optional one is wrong. Actually, you have to swap the 1 with the 0, because the 1 should be the side of the entity, not the O. Okay, you understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we cannot do like that. We cannot have a relation like this. This is an entity, this is another entity, and the relation is at the middle here. We cannot draw the relation like that without having the other side. And when we draw the both sides, then here the cardinality is supposed to be here first. The cardinality could be 1, could be many. So the 1 and many is supposed to be at the side of the entity. Then the optional or mandatory supposed to be here, the second thing, the side of the relation, not the side of the entity. You cannot make it like that. You cannot do like this and like this. And also you cannot do like this and like this, right? You cannot make it this way, because this one is a standard custom, standard tradition of notation. We have to follow. The same thing you have similar to your colleagues. So please go and modify your diagram and try to understand every piece of the work. Thank you. For Muhammad Irfan. Muhammad Irfan has different style of modeling. So he used the Chin model, right? So this Chin model is also correct, as you can see here in our slide. This is the Chin model, right? This is the Chin model, and here the relations are the same way, right? Using the same style. But here in this design, we should have different way of representing things in some scenarios. Okay, let us think about this. Customer has a license number, has an address, has a name. Then the car has a plate number, which is the primary key here. You see the primary key is bold. And the other things, as you can see here, we have something more, which is not represented in our cruise foot model. Is not represented here. As you can see, the car has a plate number here and model only. But here the car has also a person driver ID, which is here written in italic. Why in italic? To mention that this one is a foreign key, which is coming, the value of this field is coming from the customer. Okay, so this is an extra information which is going to be displayed when we use the Chin model. Okay, then here we have the model, we have the, and also here in the Chin model, the tools of the Chin model is mostly showing the data type, the length of the field, and so on. So here the 255 is the field length. This model could have 255 characters, which is too long, more than enough. And also the plate number is 255, while in Malaysia here, the plate number is 7 or 8 characters, right? 7 or 8 characters. And even in some cases, only 2 characters. So the maximum, it could be 10. Why we waste our space, why we put 255 is another issue. So we don't have to put too large fields here in our design. We have to think about the size and the space we use. Then after that, we have the year, which is integer, and also here for the accident, we have report number, we have location, we have accident date, then damage amount. But here we have something missed. We have something missed. Okay, the accident should involve a car, right? Should involve a car here. So add text here. Here should have car and car ID or car plate number, which is also varchar, the same type, varchar. Okay, the same type of the plate number here, and this one supposed to be italic, here, because this one is a foreign key. Okay, if this is the case, that means the car could have multiple accidents. So this side is many, and this side is only one. Okay, optional one or mandatory one. Yeah, mandatory one. Actually, this scenario, this design is totally wrong. I mean, the relation between the car and accident is totally wrong. Why? Because this one actually is, how can I say, also in our design, by the way, also in our design, in the real life, this relation is not correct. I mean, the relation between the car and accident is not correct. Why? Because the car and accident is a complicated relation. Why? Because as I mentioned, the accident could involve multiple cars. But at this point, is the insurance company need to know about the other cars' information? Is it necessary? We have to ask this question, and we have to make sure that either it's necessary or not. If necessary, then we have to change our design. If the relation between the cars involved in one accident is very necessary, then we have to change the design. If not necessary, we can keep it this way. But anyway, if not necessary, then we have to change the relation type here, because this side is actually going to be one, and the other side here is going to be many. Okay. So in this case, every car could have one or more accident, but every accident will be involving only one car, which is not a natural relation actually. Okay, do you understand what I mean? Irfan. Irfan, where is Irfan? What kind of tool they use? Free visual paradigm online. This is also a very good tool. Looks very good tool. Okay. Advanced starter, Express is free. So we want to see what's the difference between this and that. Software design, so chart business design tool. Okay, it looks also good. So maybe we check this. So if this one is better than the entity relationship plus, then we may move to that one. Okay. This one is okay, almost finished. Let us see this one.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
Can we draw the design just like Irfan just now?
You mean the previous one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, there's no problem actually. As I mentioned here in the slides before, we can use either this one or that one. But if you want to use this one, you will get involved into too many details, because the cruise foot model is much easier for you at this stage, is more easier. After you understand at this level, then you become good. Then definitely we are going to use the Chin model, because the Chin model is more practical. And it looks very close to the final product of the database. Okay? But for now, for this stage, I don't advise you, I don't recommend you to use the Chin model, because if you use the Chin model, you will miss many information, then you will lose more marks. Okay?
Okay, doctor, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. This one is for who? This diagram.
Ya, dokter.
What's your name, please?
Muhammad Aiman.
Ayman, like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? Okay, Muhammad, you have done a similar mistake as your colleague before. You connect all the things together in one relationship. So this is wrong. So please, all of you, you try to remember all comments that I give to other colleagues. Okay, and go back to modify. Go back to modify your design. So you understand, Ayman, what's the mistake of your design?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Who else? We still have this Shafira already done, Fawzan done, Muhammad Ayman done, Muhammad Ihsan done, Daini is done. So we still have 3 Word files. Okay. Nurul Anis. Anis.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. What kind of tool do you use?
Draw.io.
Oh, Draw.io.
Yeah.
Draw.io is also good, but I think is very limited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very limited and somehow complicated. Yeah, I think ERD plus is better, much better. Just think about it. Okay, here for your scenario is too much complicated, and it has this one. The involved relation is totally wrong. Okay, this design actually, if you create this design, it will create many problems. One of them is the relationship glue. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, here we can see that this line is not correct. How can I insert a line? This is not correct, and this relation is car could be owned by customer. The relation is one to many. The cardinality here is not complete, and also the relation between the accident and car is not complete. Cardinality is not complete here. The damage amount supposed to be belongs to the accident. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You learn about the other mistakes also. Okay.
Okay.
If you have another idea, another thought, you can discuss. You can defend your idea. No problem. Guys, for you all, don't be shy. Okay. Don't be shy. If you stay shy, you will never learn. You will never improve your skills. And for your information, if you become very good in this part of analyzing and designing the database and the system, your opportunity to get a good job with high salary is very high. The opportunity is very high, because this one, if you are successful, if you are skillful of doing system analysis and system design, many companies will hire you, will give you an offer of work. Okay. Okay. This one is Abdul Aziz Ismail. Where is Abdul Aziz? Is this Abdul Aziz or I'm wrong?
Aziz, yes.
Okay. Okay, Abdul Aziz. Your design is also incomplete. This is one thing. Like this relation has no description. This is not going to be accepted anywhere, and also the cardinality of your relations are not mentioned at all. This is also wrong. And the car has only license number and model, no year. You missed some information. So here you have customer license number, name, address. This one is correct, but you have to mention the underline for the primary key. And also here the license number for the car. No, it's wrong. Here for the car is the plate number, model, and year. License number is not belongs to the car. It belongs to the customer. So if you use the license number here, it will be the license number of the owner. Okay, so this is going to be a foreign key, not a primary key. And here we have an accident. The accident have a report number. It should have an underline. Location date, this is correct, but the cardinality is not mentioned. And also we have policy holder payment. This part is totally wrong. Okay, so similar to your colleagues, you better go and modify your design. Okay. I'm not going to count any marks for this assignment, because this assignment is only for you to start, to put your foot on the first step. Okay. After this, when I give you assignment, later I will be calculating the marks based on every small piece of the design. If you miss anything, you are going to miss some marks. Okay, but for now, don't worry, because this one is only to teach you how to start. Anis, we already discussed this one. So we have Nurul Ain. Nurul Aina. Where are you?
I'm here.
Yes, okay. Okay, Nurul Aina. What kind of software do you use?
Draw.io.
The same thing, okay. Here, I think you face the same issues as your friends, but you added some extra mistakes here, like this. At the side of the relation, we shouldn't have what they call it cardinality, right? So this one is wrong. That one is also wrong here, and this one is also wrong. This one is also wrong. Yeah. So the relation cardinality is supposed to be only at the side of the entity. Okay, as you can see here.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see here. We don't have cardinality at this time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. One more thing. This involve. You put the damage amount here. It's supposed to be belongs to the accident. You're supposed to mention also the strong and weak entities. And that's all. All comments given to your colleagues also apply to your case. Okay, you forget about the policyholder, so on and so on. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else?
WhatsApp group.
Yes.
WhatsApp group.
I couldn't hear you clearly.
WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
WhatsApp group. Okay. Which one?
Scroll up.
Afif Mujahid is not taken, right? Afif Mujahid. Let us save this first. Okay, who else? This one, Amir Shazwan. This one is not discussed, right? Or this? It's this one. No. So Amir Shazwan is not. Nurul Izzati also. This one is not saved, right? Can you tell me, guys, which one is saved or not saved?
Nurul Izzati not yet.
Afif Mujahid is saved. Irfan is saved. This one is saved also. This one is no Diana. No Diana is this. No Diana. Okay. No Diana. And who else? This one is Muhammad Ayman. This one already done, right? Muhammad Ayman.
No.
No. Okay. This one is done. Rashid. Already done. Filza Shafira already done. Ahmed Nur Ayman already done.
No, not yet, sir. Not yet, doctor.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Ahmed Nur Ayman. And Fatin Najwa is not, I think is not safe. Right?
Fatin Najwa already.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. What's about this? This one belongs to who?
I'm not sure who that is.
Muhammad Ayman Arif already done, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sayyid Daniel Hafiz.
Not yet.
Not yet. Tatia is done. Noor Amira.
Done.
Done. Noor Dini. Done.
Done.
Okay. Okay. Afif Mujahid. Okay. Let's start with this. Afif Mujahid. Afif Mujahid, you see your design is also not correct because what you have done here, you created this loop and you attach the damage amount to the involved relation. It's supposed to be attached to the accident. Your cardinality also is not complete. You have a relation here using a line, direct line between two entities. You're supposed to have the relation here at the middle. And what else? And all other comments that I give to your colleagues are applied also to your case. Okay? Do you agree, Afif? It's not here. Okay, no problem. Then Ahmed Noor Ayman. This one is done or not?
Not yet, Doctor.
No, not yet. Okay, what kind of tool is this?
I use Lucid Chat.
Yeah, it looks clean. Yeah. Customer, you missed the underline to mention what's the primary key.
I missed the unit.
Yeah, license number, plate number, report number also need the underline.
Okay.
Here your relation is one car could have multiple owners. This is wrong. Okay, so the relation is supposed to be one to many. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and for the relation here, car involved into an accident. Yes, car could be involved in many accidents, and also accident could involve multiple cars. Correct?
Yes.
So here, in this case, actually we have to have another table, which is a third table to form the many-to-many relation, exactly similar to mine here. Similar to mine. The relation here is many-to-many. So after this, I'm going to show you how we can form this kind of relation. Okay, we will learn how to transform this this design into real database tables. Okay.
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah. Also, you have the same things as I mentioned to your colleagues. Okay. Thank you. Your design is very clean.
Okay.
Very nicely arranged.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you. Amira is already done or not?
Done.
Done.
Yes.
The first one.
Anis, Dini, Amir Shazwan. Amir Shazwan is not done. Yes. Okay, Amir Shazwan has the same thing, right? This one damage amount belongs to the accident. Your cardinality are almost okay. You forget to put underline for the primary key. You also forget to mention the strong and weak entities. And also if the relation is identifying or not, you have to mention it. Okay, Amir?
Okay, sir. Okay, Doctor.
Yeah. Using paper and pen is okay, but it's not editable. So it's better in future. In future, it's better to. Can you close your mic, please, Amir?
I have to.
Yeah. It's good. You make a lot of noise using by your mic. In future, please try to avoid using paper and pen, because paper and pen, when you want to modify it, will be actually there will be a very
Low connection. Sorry, sir. Sorry, Doctor.
no problem. You hear me or not?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, in future, try to pick up one of the tools to use it. All of you guys who are using the hand drawing, it's not practical for you. Better try to rely on a certain tool. So all of the things I give to your colleagues are also applied to your case. You forget the primary key underline, and also your relations are not proper. You have some mistakes here. You could have an accident without cars, because the car is optional here. So this is not a realistic case, right? So you have to be careful when you draw the design. Okay. But here already done. Pattern Najwa is not done. Fatin Najwa is here. The same
Or
thing you created. Sorry?
Fatin Najwa already done.
But this one I did not see before, right?
She sent image.
Oh, she has two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fawzan Rashid.
Already done.
Already done. Khairul done. Liana is done. Muhammad Ayman is not done, right?
Done.
Done.
Two. Yes.
Okay, Muhammad. Oh, he
There
has
is
two
two.
also.
There is two.
Okay, no problem. This or this. We keep that here. Muhammad Ayman, done.
Done.
Muhammad Irfan done. Muhammad Shafiq is done. Nur Diana is not done, right?
Not.
Not.
Okay. Wow, what is this? Okay, Diana, are you here with us? Diana, are you with us? Okay. Anyway, if you hear us, please take the notes. And your design is very, very, very complicated, and you have many wrong things. So here for the credential, for the cardinality, you have cardinality at the relations side, which is wrong. Cannot be used this way. Then here you have policy ID belongs to the relation. It's wrong. Accident is not. I don't know what is this. And here involved is a relation and associated relation connected to only one table that has no information. This is also wrong. Then the car is connected to the accident. Two entities connected directly without relation. And also car and customer are connected directly without relation. You have to fix all of this. Okay? So please take all comments that I give to your colleagues and to you. Please try to consider them and redraw your diagram. Okay, Nur Aina, already done, right?
Done.
Nurul Izzati, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, Nurul Izzati is also clean design. What kind of tool is this?
Draw.io.
Okay. Primary key is underlined. Relation is wrong because car could have multiple owners here. This is wrong. This side is optional one or mandatory one. This one is mandatory one because you save only the information of the customer here, and only you have the ownership relation. So that's why every customer should own at least one car, otherwise he will never be saved into our database. Okay, you missed the strong and weak annotation. And also the damage amount belongs to the accident, and also the damage amount could have multiple values of related to multiple cars. It depends on the scenario, actually. Okay. So all comments given to your colleagues need to be considered. Thank you. Then Shafira is done. Sayyid Daniel is not done. And this one is done. We still have the Sayyid Daniel all. Okay, Sayyid Daniel. Oh, this one is also complicated. You know, guys, when you draw at the beginning, when you don't understand the thing, you don't understand when you need to put this relation, when you need to put this line, when you need to put the cardinality or not. That's why you draw like this kind of designs. But this is not an issue because you are still at the beginning stage. You are still learning. So we are here all in this course because we don't know about the design. So don't worry. If your design is worse, don't worry. You still have an opportunity to learn. Okay? Sayed, are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. If your design is not correct at all, don't worry. You still have the time to learn. Just try to follow up the comments, try to correct your design every time, because even in the real life, when you draw a design, you go to the customer, then you find your mistakes, you go back and design again. Redesign and re-edit your design.
Maybe it looks complicated because of the hand-drawn.
Yeah, hand drawing, and also many mistakes like here, the car and customer are directly connected without relation. So you have to put relation here, and the car could have only one customer. So the credentiality, the cardinality here need to be completed also. Is it optional one or mandatory one? Also, you have here cardinality at the side of the relation. Both sides, which is totally wrong. You can see here, we don't have cardinality here, right? The cardinality only at the side of the object or the entity. So here the policy ID is not here, is not belongs to the relation, it belongs to the accident, right?
Yes.
The policy ID is belongs to the policy belongs to the car, and the policy insurance policy, right? It's not belongs to the to this relation, because this relation is involving the customer and the accident, which is actually is not a real relation. So this relation is not there, is not available, is not exists. Okay. Yeah, you should remove all of this relation here, and we don't have policy ID based on the description in the slide. Also here we have accident, then involved. Then you put here the damage amount, you make it as an entity, which is wrong also.
Doctor.
Yes.
I have one question, but what if the policy includes the customer health? Yeah, we can put the vehicle policy in, right?
Okay, Sayed, there are many scenarios. Okay, many scenarios that are different than the scenario we have in our slide. But our exercise actually is based on the description in the slide only. So we have to consider that.
Okay.
Because if we want to design if we want to create our design based on the real scenario, that's totally different than the description in our slide, then the design will be very complicated, also very big, and how can I say, it will be beyond of your knowledge also, because you until now you didn't learn everything to be able to design that. Okay, so please try to stick to the description of the slide, otherwise it will be very hard for you. If you have anything other than this you want to discuss here, I only discuss the things that that's totally wrong. Like this damage amount actually is an attribute, it's not an entity, and you put it here in a box. You forget also the underline of primary keys here, report number, you forget it. Also the relation between the accident here. This one actually, the involved actually supposed to be between the car and the accident, not aside here. Okay, so this is all of your mistakes.
Okay, doctor, thank you.
Yeah, but as I mentioned, don't be worried. Okay, don't be worried. You still have time to learn. If you don't do mistakes, you will never learn. Okay, so Sayed, are you with me?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Okay, so Sayed, are you with me? 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 Yes. Okay, so Sayed, are Okay, that's all. I think for now we have only 22 diagrams. We have 2 students did not submit their assignments. Anyway, for this time, I'm going to tolerate. But for the next time, if I give you an assignment, if I give you a task that's going to be used for the assessment and you did not submit, you will get 0. I have no option. So please, when I give you a task, please try to submit before the deadline, because I'm here to help you. Please help yourself. Okay, guys, agree?
Okay, doctor.
Okay, doctor.
If you don't submit your assignment or your task, then you enforce me to give you 0. Don't complain after that, please, because this one is not my fault. I don't like to give anyone 0, but if you enforce me, I have no choice. Okay, now actually it's 4:30. We try to see. There's not enough time, but I think. What do you think, guys? Do you learn something today?
Yes, doctor.
Do you feel like you learned something important that could fix your design in future?
Yes.
Yeah,
So many.
Yeah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Don't cheer me up too much. Okay. Yeah. I want the truth. If you feel you learned, okay, just tell me that you learned. If you feel like you did not learn anything, honestly tell me. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
Yes. For this, because we don't have enough time, I'm going to show you how to create this design in the real life. This stage actually is very advanced, but anyway, I'm going to show you how to make it in order to allow you to see the target that we are going to. Okay, so now I'm going to press on Home, Documents, New Diagram, Relational Schema. Now you see here Relational Schema, and here I'm going to use insurance company. Insurance company, this one. Okay, let us now create a table here. So table will be named cars. You see the name here of the table is in plural. It's not in singular way, okay? So here, why? Because the table will include the information of multiple cars. So that's why the descriptive name is plural, okay? Here, inside this table, we have to add some columns. So the first column is the plate number, okay? Plate number is it integer? Could it be integer? No, not integer. Why? Because in Malaysia here you have your plate number is a mix between numbers and letters, right? Which is called char string. Okay, char string. So here you have many options, either to use char or to use varchar. Varchar is better in terms of saving the storage.
Oh.
Okay, this char also can work, but this one, if you I mean dedicate 10 characters for this field, for this column, then the 10 characters will be dedicated from the storage device, even if you don't use them. If let's say you put 10, you use only 4, so the 10 will be consumed. But for the varchar, if you make it 10, then you use only 4. The data or the size that would be consumed is only the 4 characters. Okay, so this one is considered dynamic. And there is another type called invarchar. I'm not going to explain what's the differences between them, but because this one is out of the scope of our course. But anyway, there are many types. There is string, there's char, there's varchar, there's in varchar, and many types we can use. For our case now, we are going to use varchar in, and the size here for the plate number in Malaysia, it could be 3 letters with like 6 numbers, right? So together maximum it could be 10 characters if this is good. Otherwise, if let's say there's some cases that could have 12 or 15 characters, then at that case we have to make it like 15 or 16. It depends on the scenario. Okay, this is the first column. Then we have to insert to add another column. So the other column is what they call it, model. Model is varchar also, that the length could be like maybe 30. Okay. Then we have another column called year. The year here is integer because the year is only the year. It's not including the month and the day, right? So it's integer. But if let's say the year is date, that includes day, month, and year, then in that case we have to select date, or maybe varchar. Depends on how you want to make it. Okay. So if integer, no need to put the length here, no space to put the length of the integer, because the integer we have integer 16, we have integer 32, we have integer 64 bits. It depends on the database system you are working on. Okay. So as you can see here, the table has 3 fields. So the first one here is the primary key, right? Plate number, say. This is the primary key. As you can see here, we have underline, right? Also, we need to create another table called, this table called customer. Customers must be plural. We need to add here driving our license number. License number could be numbers or could be varchar. I'm not sure. So let us make it varchar, maybe 20. Then we have one more thing called address, which is varchar. It could be 200 characters or even more. Then we have name. So if the name is only a name like this, so it could be like 100 character. But if let's say we want to make it based on our design here, the previous design, we make the name as a composite attribute, right? Okay. If this is the case, the customer name is including the first and last. So in this case, in the database, we cannot make it like that. We create the name, then we create the first and last. That's wrong. Okay. So it's wrong if you make it name like this. Then we make first name like that, for example, varchar 50, and last name, which is also varchar 50, for example. So this is wrong because the name is also including the first name and last name. So it's a kind of data duplication, right? Data redundancy, which is totally not preferable. So we have to delete the name. We keep only the first name and the last name. But the representation of this could be done using this way. Okay, composite attribute, which includes first name and last name. So when you if let's say in the exam or in the test, or in the assignment, I give you a diagram like this and I ask you to create your tables, you never create a column for what they call it composite attribute. Okay, so composite attribute will never be created as a column, but the sub attributes will be created as columns. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So here we still have the primary key. Primary key is the license number. What do we have here? We have grouping, we have reorder, we have unique. Also, this one is unique license number. This one plate number is unique as well. And that one is optional. Optional here means it could be null. It could be left empty. Okay, so any field could be left empty. We should make it optional because it will be allow null in the database. It will allow null value. Okay, but for our case, all of the information are necessary. What else do we have? We still have a table for accident. Accidents supposed to be plural as well. Then here we should have the report number. The report number, it could be integer or maybe varchar. We don't know because sometimes the report number has dash or slash or something like that. We better keep it like varchar. And here, what do we have? We have date. Date is actually a date. Then we have what they call it, location. Location actually is an address. So if we want to enter the location here as an address, then it's supposed to be a varchar with maybe 200 characters. Or if we want to save the location as an attitude and longitude and what they call it, I mean longitude, attitude and longitude, right? Yeah, in this case we have to put the information as integer, or maybe not integer because that values could include fraction, right? So in that case we should save it as what they call it, float. Yes.
Doctor, in database, there cannot be a double data type?
Double.
Double.
Double here in this tool, there is no double. There is numeric and float. Numeric will have P and S. P is the what they call it, the total amount, the total number of digits, and the S is the number of digits for the fractions after the what they call it, the dot. Okay, so maybe the field is 10 digits, but you have 3 of them is after the dot to represent the fraction. Okay, float here, float is another type of numeric which could support the fractions, but it depends on the database later. When you go to the Oracle, in Oracle there is different types of this. So you have to know which kind of types you have to use. Okay. For now, I'm going to keep this location as varchar. Okay, varchar 200. Then we go here for the primary key. Report number is primary key. Sorry, this one unique is also report number. That's all. Okay. Now, if we want to connect these things. If we want to connect these things, for example, car belongs to the or connected to the customer. You see, here the plate number is saved here at the customer, right? So the customer has a plate number. So in this case here, the car is a strong type because the car is supposed to be saved before the car supposed to be exists before the customer. And this is not the case, right? This is a wrong case. This is a wrong case, okay? The correct case is like this, from here to here. So the car depends on the customer. So here we can see that the license number is already inserted into the car's table because every car should have an owner. Every car should have an owner. But this one, license number, is supposed to be the owner license number, right? Like that. So the owner license number is supposed to come from the customer's table. Also, if let's say we want to insert another relation here between these two tables, we will see another field here. So here in this case, this field is going to be the policy holder license number, right? Which is also a foreign key. But because this one is not explained in our description, I'm going to remove this. Okay, guys? I just want to show you how it could be done.
Okay, doctor.
Yeah. Then here we can go here to the customer and the accident. Which one is strong and which one is weak? And the accident should be connected to the customer or connected to the car? Accident and car, right? Based on our previous design, accident and car supposed to be connected. So here, accident and car, which one is the strong?
Car is strong.
So we start from the strong towards the weak. Okay? When we start the relation, the connection from the strong to the weak will have a field from the strong entity, as you can see here. Okay? So this one is a foreign key of the plate number. So in this case, how it could be worked? I mean, this one plate number involved car plate number. Okay, so this one will create only one record for the accident for every car. If let's say the accident has two cars, involves two cars, in this case, the accident will have multiple records for accident. Multiple records, one record for each car. Correct or not?
Correct.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Multiple record for one accident.
Yes. So here in this case, if let's say we have customers here, and this is ID for the customer or the driving license 1, 2, 3, and here is Ali. Here is Hafif, for example, and this is here Zaki, for example. Okay, three owners name. Then suppose that we have cars here. Suppose we have cars. So the plate number here is 22, 33, and 44. And this information for the car involves, as you can see here, we go back to this design. The car has the owner license number, right? So that's why the license number supposed to come here, right? This side is primary key and this side is foreign key, right? So here, suppose that Ali is the owner of the first car. This one is cars. This one is customers. Okay, so this car belongs to Ali. This car belongs to Zaki. 3. This car belongs to Afifi. 2. Afifi. Okay. No matter what kind of information here. Okay. Then, if let's say this is the accident here, what do we have in the accident? We have the report number, date, location, and involved car plate. So here, plate report number. Report number. Let's say this one is 100 report number. Okay. This one involves, for example, this report number involves only one car. Okay. So the car involved should be here, car, right? Car plate number, It should be, for example, car number 33 involved. Okay. And here we will have the other information, right? The location, the date, and everything. So in this case, every accident involves only one car. But what if the accident, the system that we want to build is supposed to be able to handle the cases of the accidents that has or that involves multiple cars. So in this case here, the case that we just drawn, the amount is supposed to be saved here. The amount, so for example, is 1,000. It's supposed to be recorded here. So we cannot record the estimated amount for multiple cars, right? So if let's say another car is involved into this accident, if it has the same report number, it will be saved like this: 100. Then maybe the amount of the damage is 700. Then the car plate number is supposed to be 44, right? So here in this case, the two cars that make an accident, two cars 33 and 44, are involved in the same accident that has a report number 100, has to be keyed into our system, right? And here, because this one is a primary key, and the primary key is supposed to be unique, and when a primary key, the value of the primary key shouldn't be repeated. So here we have something wrong. Okay, we have something wrong. So in order to fix this, we could involve this car plate number into the primary key. So maybe the plate number supposed to be here. So here 33 and here 44. And then this two will be a composite primary key. Composite primary key. Okay, is that clear, guys? Because when we make this composite primary key, so this value is unique. We will never have an accident with the car with itself. The car that hits itself, never. If the car fall down in a hole, or maybe the tree fall down on a car or something like that, then the car will have only one record. It will never have two records, like 133 and another record 133. Is that clear, guys?
Doctor?
Yes.
For the accident table, where is the involved accident, involved car number plate?
The involved car number plate is here. This one should be removed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then the accident, I mean the car, sorry.
What happened?
No, I cannot explain. Sorry.
You cannot explain.
Yes, I cannot.
Anyway, you can explain. Use your own way. No problem. Don't be shy. I can understand from you. Try to say it no matter how.
Okay, for example, if Ali got into accident with Afif, so how do we write in this the accident table?
How we can put it in the accident table?
Yes. What about Ali number plate?
Ali's plate number is 21 here, as you can see, because of this relation. Because of this relation here, car number 1, which belongs to Ali, the plate number of it is 22, and car number 2, which belongs to Afif, is 44. You mean if, let's say, there is another accident between Ali and Afif, right? Okay, in this case, the accident here, the report may be 200, right, or 300, because the report number is unique, right? It's never going to be given to two accidents. Every accident will have different report number. Correct or not?
Correct.
Yeah. So here in our case, suppose that the report number is 300. So 300 with Ali is going to be 2, right? The involved car is 22. Yes. Maybe the amount of damage is 500. Then the other record will be 300 because this is the same report, right? But this one is for the car of Afif. So the car of Afif is 44. Afif is repeated alone here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but the primary key is the combination of the plate number and the report number. So Afif has been repeated with report number 100 and repeated with report number 300. So this record is not the same as this record. So the value is unique, right?
Okay, understand.
Is this your question?
Yes.
Okay.
So they can check. So if the insurance company check, they can know that Ali got into accident with Afif, right? From just the report number, right?
Yeah, because they have to rely on the plate number and the report number at the same time. And if they search by the report number only, if they key in the 300 only, they will get the 2 cars that's involved in that accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, clear? Yeah. Okay. This is actually a simple design, which is not realistic. This design is not realistic. Okay. The realistic design actually is to make like this. So the accident supposed to be an entity. The accident supposed to be an entity like this. Oops. So this one is the accident, like that, accident. And this one is the number, report number. Then the address, right? And sorry, the location. Location is here. Location and date, right? Okay, so here, if let's say we have an accident that involves Ali and Afif at the same time, and that accident has a number of 100, and the location is already saved here. For example, Jalan Ambang, date is 1st of November, for example, and so on. Then here we have another table, because the accident relation is, as we mentioned here, the relation between the accident and the car is many to many, right? Many to many normally involves a table at the middle to form that relation. So in this case, we will have an associative relation. The associative relation will take the report number and the plate number. We'll save them together. To assign that accident to 2 cars, right? Which is 2, 2 and 4, 4. Okay? So this, in this case, we have a relation here and a relation here. This relation is 1 too many, and this relation is 1 too many. So every accident could involve 1 car or more. So even it could involve more than 2 cars. So it could be 3, 3. It could be 4 cars, 7 cars, 100 cars. But at least 1 car. At least 1 car. Okay? Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Anyone has a question here?
No.
So this relation actually, which is between these 2 tables, are many to many, but through this table here. Okay? Why we need to use this kind of tables? Because we don't want to repeat the data. We don't want to repeat the data every time. Because at the previous design, we have the accident table. At the previous time, the accident table is like this. It will repeat the report time, report number, what they call it, location, and date as well, many times, right? If let's say the accident involves 3 cars, so we will have also the plate number here, plate number. So for this, for example, the plate number is 22 and 33 and 44, 3 cars involved in the same accident. So the information of the accident will be 3 times repeated, right? Here. Location also need to be repeated 3 times. The same, if the location is AA, it will be repeated 3 times AA, because they make the accident in the same place, right? And also in the same day. 1 November, for example, 1 November, 1 November, right? So all of this data is repeated here. Okay, and this is not a good design, because if the data could be repeated, we may enter different or wrong information here, right? If we save the address in multiple ways, multiple styles, for example, then it will not be the same. It will not look the same, right? But in this design, so this design is wrong, right? This design is not correct. So we shouldn't use this. We better use this design, because here in this case, the accident has only 1 record. So the information here will never be repeated. The only thing that need to be repeated is the IDs. And the IDs here are unique, because this one is a primary key. So we don't worry to have different values of the same record here. It cannot happen. Okay? And also here, the plate number is primary key, which is unique. And the repetition here, or the data repetition, is minimized. Here we repeat only this field, which is also repeated here, and this field which also repeated here. Okay, so we saved all of this size. We saved all of this size, and all of this kind of repetition is already avoided. So the repetition of data or the repetition of information is minimized. You understand what is it about?
Yes.
Anyone has a question? Yes.
So things that can be repeated is only the important data lah, such as record number and
only the primary keys. Only the primary keys. Yeah.
Oh, primary keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the best design. If you repeat only primary keys, that means this is very minimized or optimized design. Okay, the question is here. The question is here for this table. What is the primary key here? What is the primary key?
Port number,
Port number and plate number.
Yes, the primary key is the plate number and the report number. Both of them are primary key together here. Okay, so in this case, if we make these two primary keys, so we will never have the same report with the same plate repeated. So that means we create a constraint that saves our database or our system from having wrong information. Correct? Yeah. One more thing. Having this design is better than this design also in other aspect. If let's say the location is saved here wrongly, then maybe the driver of one car said, okay, for the police officer, please, you already saved or entered the address wrongly. Can you modify it? Can you correct it? Then the policeman or the officer need to correct this field only, right? Only this field. But in this case here, they need to correct the 3 fields, right?
Yes, many times.
For the same operation, right?
Yes.
So we save also time. And also these things will consume the data or the storage devices, right, of our database server. Because the accidents are frequently, and every day we have like maybe 20-30 accidents that will be saved in our database. And if let's say this one address is 200 characters and the date is maybe 15 characters or 20 characters, then together it will be like 220 or 250. Then 250 times 30 every day, it will be like a huge number, right? So for 1 month, how much it will be, and for 1 year, how huge it's going to be, right? So that's why we need to minimize everything in order to make the modification or the amendment of the data easy, and also to save our storage devices, and also to minimize the repetition of the data, to avoid data inconsistency. Okay? Any question, guys, in this regard?
No.
Okay. Only one student say no? What's about the others?
Clear.
Yeah, honestly, do you understand this?
Yes.
Honestly, I need the honest answer.
Yes, I understand.
Honestly, yes.
Okay, good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, for now, I take the full time of the class. Actually, this is almost 3 hours. I know you are very tired now, but if you have any question, please tell me now, or maybe in the WhatsApp group. Okay?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay.
Okay. If no questions, I have to leave. So I will count to 5. If no questions, I am going to close the session and see you next week, inshallah, or tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no questions. Thank you, guys, and see you, inshallah, tomorrow for the other class, inshallah. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.